Hi everyone, it's Mitch. It is Saturday, November 24th, 2018. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It's college football Saturday. It's our last college football Saturday of the regular season. So, not necessarily my favorite day, but we still have plenty of college football action. We'll have those championship games next week, and then of course the bowls. And instead of having a nice few weeks of playoffs or something like that, we'll just have these crappy ass ball games. But that's what they think we want to see. At least that's what they will claim. So this way, the conferences don't have to worry about possibly not getting a piece of the pie. But anyways, we got free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Of course, got plenty of games today, plenty of big games. We got, like I said, we got them all covered, and we have a discount code today. It is NCAA 13, as in week 13. Craig came up with that discount code. I still don't understand it. I don't know why it wouldn't just be NCAA 15. It's 15% off, but so be it. Of course, free picks every single game, every single day. SportsChatPlease.com. Of course, we're live every single day here on both Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. We'll give everybody just a couple seconds to join us. We get rolling with some free picks. Soon the focus will turn to college basketball on Saturdays with massive schedules, which they're having, but it's like a lot of the big teams are off this week because they've been playing all week, right? So, next week will be the heavy-duty action when it comes to the college hoops. Morning, Indy. Let's see what's going on over here on Facebook and on YouTube. Morning, Jamie. So we got a small but good crowd today. We'll give everybody one more minute to join us, and then we will get rolling. Got a lot of early games today. A lot of noon games, Eastern time. Of course, today, a lot of rivalry games, a lot of trophies. We saw that Egg Bowl trophy on Thursday, and it's like that's one of the coolest things when of the trophy games is when they're counting down the last 20 seconds of the game or whatever, and all the players just start sprinting towards the trophy, which is on some card table set up. Right? We saw it in the Egg Bowl on Thursday night, and we saw it a bunch yesterday. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is from this site. Okay. But anyways, we'll see a lot of those trophy games today. And I think, what else we see in these rivalry games is, I think especially like in the Michigan-Ohio State game is where we see it the most, where the guy will just knock the living tar out of a guy, and then they'll reach down their hand and pick the guy up off the ground, even if they're on the other team. We see it in the Michigan-Ohio State game every single year. And, as much as the fans hate each other, as much as we hate both these teams, it definitely is the one where they definitely do that. But, all kinds of rivalries today. Georgia, Georgia Tech, Florida, Florida State, Michigan, Ohio State. Got the Axe game, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Got North Carolina, North Carolina State. We had Virginia, Virginia Tech yesterday. South Carolina, Clemson. Maryland, Penn State. These are big-time rivalries. Of course, we got the Iron Bowl. Arizona, Arizona State. Tennessee, Vandy. Kentucky, Louisville. These are the rivals. And these are the rivals game. And LSU, Texas A&M is a big-time rivalry game too. And of course, Holy War, BYU, Utah. Anyways, let's get to our first pick of today's show. Let's head on out to Bloomington, Indiana. Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Purdue Boilermakers, and boy, I hate the head coach of Indiana, Tom Allen. This is an interesting game because the winner goes to a bowl game and the loser does not. And I think if the loser is Indiana, I'm going to guess Tom Allen's going to be on the hottest of hot seats because 0-2, right, as far as going to bowl games. Meanwhile, Purdue has that big win over Ohio State this year. So, they also have another big win over Boston College. But the big wins have been at home for Purdue. They have not been a great road team. And the thing is that Indiana and Tom Allen, they definitely choke in these big games. I don't like the hook here, though. That's the problem. I like Purdue to win this game. So I think Purdue on the money line, even though it's kind of like a cheesy bet, might be the bet here. I think you could take Indiana with the points, but you're probably going to sweat it out. I don't know. I don't normally take favorites on the money line, but I think this one is light enough that we can do it. I'm going to take Purdue on the money line against Indiana as a favorite. I know you guys can call me a pussy. I don't care. I never do it. I mean, look at my premium picks over the last, look at my college football and NFL premium picks over the last, 10 years. Show me one money line favorite I've taken. Because we don't, so here's a question. So our first pick is Purdue. Mitch, good day to you. Is there a reason you don't review your wins and losses at the beginning of each day? I, for one, would really enjoy it. Because I don't score my free picks. Because free picks are just free picks. They're just an opinion. These are not my best bets. My best bets are in the premium area, and those are scored. They're documented and they're scored. These are just free picks. These are opinions. These are the leftovers. I try and win every single game. Believe me, if you gave me 100 games and I gave you a pick on 100 games, I try to win every single one. But my best bets, the bets I feel the strongest about, the games I will stand behind, are my premium picks. These are free picks. This is an opinion. This is fun. Whatever. On Fridays, I give out whatever games you guys want, whether I have a premium pick on it or not. But all the rest of the days, these are essentially the leftovers. So Saturday, right? I also do the podcast. Which I go over every single game on the podcast, and I do that normally 3 times a week for each sport. So I go over every sport, every game. Three times a week I do this, and we're gonna get other guys on the podcast and actually get some guys to have basically their own show, or a show with me, or a show with Tony, or a show with 2 of them. We're gonna figure out a few new things. We're gonna basically create our own podcast network. It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be exciting. Like Brian Bittler, he's gonna have a show. We're gonna call it Bookie Blasters. We're going to have a bunch of different shows. So I'm excited to do it. And, I'll be a guest on Brian Bittler's Bookie Blasters anytime he'll have me. But, of course, we do free picks. But I don't score my free picks. That's for sure. We don't do it. But anyways, let's get to our second pick. Just like we don't go through the website and score them. Because a lot of times they're just an opinion, So who cares? It's like I do the best that I can. I try and win them all. And I'll tell you, we've been on some great heaters on the live show, that's for sure. I've gone through a lot of streaks where the live show picks are better than my premium picks. It's the way it happens sometimes. And I don't think there's a capper out there that would tell you anything different unless they're a liar. So let's go to our next pick for today's show. I saw someone asking about Boston College and Syracuse. I just think that's a really hard game with Dungy out. We know that Syracuse can still throw deep. We know that Boston College is tough. Once again, the whole senior day thing, and Boston College is a team that generally a lot of guys don't leave early, so you have those seniors and that effect, and that's why the line is where it is. We know Syracuse's gutsy, they're gritty, and they're tough. 6.5 is a bundle in this game, and that's why the line has dropped from 7 to 6.5. So it's a lean to Syracuse in that one. I don't love the game, and it's because the quarterback's out. By the way, that Houston-Memphis game, how crappy was that? It was like when Oliver was in, exactly how we called it. They were winning. If they take him out, they scored a touchdown every single time they had the ball. One guy makes a difference in college sports. We saw it yesterday. It was ridiculous. Anyways, let's get to some of these other games. I saw someone ask about Arizona State and Arizona. Let's go over this one. Herm Edwards, I think, could be the coach of the year here in the Pac-12. I think it's between him and Kyle Whittingham, who's done it through injuries and has really done an amazing job with Utah. But here it is. Here is the theme of the day, okay? And you guys, when you start seeing this happening today, you'll say, man, it's exactly what Mitch told me was going to happen. Arizona is 5-6. Arizona State is 6-5. There's no doubt about that. Arizona State is the better team in this game, okay? They're the better team. They're 6-5. Arizona's 5-6. Pac-12 game, you got the home team is Arizona, so you can get away with a little bit more there. But what you also have in this game is, so Arizona State at 6-5 is in a bowl game. They're already in. Arizona at 5-6 is not in. And yeah, they really want to go to a bowl game, all that kind of stuff. But what you have to remember is Pac-12 officials, okay? So if Arizona State goes to a bowl game, they're already in. So that's one check that the Pac-12 conference gets the cash. Yeah, Luke Fickell, that's a different. He's not in the Pac-12, so we can't really give him the Pac-12 Coach of the Year. But I think Luke Fickell's the AAC Coach of the Year, but I don't think he's the Pac-12 Coach of the Year. Anyways, we're going to see this throughout college football today. So by Arizona winning this game against Arizona State, it's another check that the Pac-12 gets the cash. Why wouldn't they make it so Arizona wins this game? We're going to take Arizona on the money line here. It's a very small line to begin with. They're home. It's a home dog. It really doesn't matter. They're a 5-6 team at home. The Pac-12 needs them to get into a bowl game to cash that check. They're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to see this all day long. Did you see the push in the back last night in the West Virginia-Oklahoma game? I mean, you think the Big 12 wanted Oklahoma to win that game? There's your proof. I mean, sometimes they can get away with a second down holding call. In that game, they couldn't get away with a second down holding call because they would have scored anyway, right? So they just have it something totally ridiculous and say, screw it. We're just going to say there's no way West Virginia can win this game. So we're just going to call something crazy, and the game will continue on. And that's exactly what happened. And we're going to see the same thing. We're going to take Arizona here against Arizona State. They beat them outright and go bowling. So good morning to everyone that's joining us and saying hello. Brian Bittler likes USC. I have to strongly disagree with you there. They have no line. The only time USC is good is when they have a good offensive line, and they haven't had a good offensive line in at least 2 years. So I really think USC stinks. They're terrible. I don't see them being able to run the ball on Notre Dame, and I don't see them being able to throw the ball on Notre Dame. So I don't know if Notre Dame runs up those big scores on them, but I certainly don't like USC's chances. And, you know, the line movement is indicating a lot of the same. But, wow, there is a big public backing there on Notre Dame, so that is the scary part. Anyways, we're here every single day, do at least 3 free picks. Our best bets over at sportschatexperts.com as well as sportschatplace.com, Premium and Premium Plus. Of course, Sports Chat Experts, you can use the discount code NCAA13. That's like week 13 of the college football season. Northwestern against Illinois. This is a good one. Northwestern laying 16.5 points in this thing. So I think Lovie Smith is done at Illinois. I like Lovie. I think he was great defensive coordinator on the Rams. You know, the greatest show on turf. That Kurt Warner team with Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce and Marshall Faulk. I mean, the greatest show on turf. What people, don't give a lot of credit to is their defense was absolutely sick as well, and Lovie was the defensive coordinator on that team, and, he got the Bears to the Super Bowl. Didn't win the game, but he got there. You get a team to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman as your quarterback, you can coach some defense, right? Because it wasn't the offense that got you there. He had Kyle Orton and Rex Grossman as his quarterbacks and got a team to the Super Bowl. That's the miracles that Lovie Smith can work. But I'll tell you, he hasn't worked any miracles at Illinois. And Northwestern blowing them out of the building is going to make it a little easier for them to get rid of Lovie Smith, who people, still remember in Chicago for getting the Bears to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman and Kyle Orton as their quarterback. So we'll take Northwestern. We'll lay the bundle of points, which I generally don't like doing on rivalry day. But we're going to do it today. So we've given out 3 picks and a lean. Let's make it an even 5. Well, 5's an odd number, right? It doesn't matter. Let's just go. I'm here. What the hell? Let's give another pick. Any game you guys want to see? Because I'll do it from you guys. What the hell? It's our final college football Saturday together. I mean, I know next week there'll be the championship games, but a lot of those games will be premium picks. And, I know there's some other games like Marshall, Virginia Tech, and things like that, but I mean, what the hell? If there's something you guys want to see, just scream it out. And if it's a premium pick, I'll tell you where you can get it. All right. So no one wants a pick. Yeah, Florida State is a premium pick. Michigan, Ohio State is a premium pick. Alabama, Auburn. Someone doesn't watch my videos. Utah, someone doesn't watch my videos. Tennessee, Vandy. There we go. All right. Got Tennessee against Vandy, and I think we've seen both sides of it. This is an interesting one because you have 2 teams fighting for one bowl spot. Vandy 5-6, Tennessee 5-6. Winner goes bowling. Loser goes home. Now, generally, I've been all over Vandy in these games in recent years because Tennessee has been such a gravy-sucking dog, right? I mean, they've been terrible, and I have no offense to Tennessee fans or anything like that. Your team has been bad. That's why you've been going through head coaches like, I mean, it all started with, the guy who was the Georgia's son, the son of the Georgia, oh boy, what was his name? Is the son of the Georgia legend. Oh, Dooley, Derek Dooley, right? It started Derek Dooley, and then Butch Jones. What a debacle that was, right? I mean, Notre Dame gets Brian Kelly from Central Michigan. Central Michigan, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. Tennessee gets Butch Jones, right? What the hell happens there? But I'll tell you that if you want Utah BYU, you just got to check out my parlay video with Craig over at Picks and Parlays. I gave out that pick. But, I think this Tennessee team at least showed some guts. I know they got blown out by Missouri last week, but this Vandy offense doesn't have the firepower of Missouri. I think this one's closer to that Kentucky game where they beat them 24-7. I know South Carolina beat them up physically. Alabama, they scored 21 points against the Tide, and that's, that was before the Tide went on that whole big shutout streak for a while. But they beat Auburn, too. Meanwhile, Vandy, they beat Ole Miss, Arkansas, who's, right? Next person that says thank me later in our group has to watch an hour of Arkansas football, with the commercials. I mean, brutal. I mean, is there a more brutal thing to watch in college football than an Arkansas game? I mean, come on. I mean, I catch better than these guys. Anyways, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Tennessee State, Nevada. I got to go with Tennessee in this one. I generally have gone with Vandy in these games, but I think this one is the Vols. The Vols are getting 3 points. I like them on the money line. I also believe that. Central Michigan. I think Central Michigan against Arkansas would be a great game, and I think there are some other ones too out there. I think South Alabama was hideous. Too. I'll tell you what. We'll talk crappy college football teams, and then I'll even do another pick after this one. So, who were the worst? We'll take Tennessee. We'll take them on the money line. So, who were the worst teams this year? I mean, there were some teams out there absolutely brutal to watch in college football this year. You know, some of these MAC teams were just terrific. Bowling Green, I mean, did they even get off the bus yesterday against Buffalo? I mean, just a total lack of effort. Arkansas, can you fire your coach after one season? It's happened. And I think that we have a candidate here in Arkansas. I mean, these Alabama assistants, it's worked once, right? In Georgia, it's working, and look at the recruits that he's getting. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, Tennessee, right, and who I just picked to go to a bowl game. I mean, there's some lousy college football teams this year. Really bad. And I think there's been some big disappointments. Miami, Virginia Tech, big disappointments, right? Florida State, big disappointments this year. But Arkansas, just a bad football team. Bad. I mean, really bad. You know, Minnesota, another team that's a disappointment. They need to win here to go to a bowl game against Wisconsin. This will be the interesting one because you have a road favorite. Yeah, East Carolina. East Carolina, just absolutely horrific. I mean, horrific. It was 46-3 at halftime or something like that. I mean, I have to say, like, the Friday schedule of games, nothing special, right? As I enjoy talking college football so much, and I'm going to really, really miss it. I mean, next week we'll continue to pound some of these crap-ass teams that San Jose State's. I mean, San Jose State, at least we expect that they're going to be that bad. I think TCU was a major disappointment this year. Charlotte. I mean, at least we expect them to be bad. Illinois. Horrible. Horrible. UTEP. Oh, South Alabama. My God. I mean, why bother? Why even bother showing up? Rice is 1-11. They're going to go 1-12 without. They're going to play 13 games without a bowl game, and they're going to go 1-12. They're getting 7.5 here against ODU. Let's just give out one more pick. Got Georgia Southern against Georgia State. It's a battle of the Georgias. And I'll tell you, Georgia Southern's a machine this year. Georgia State sucks. They're terrible. They're on our list of the teams that should show. They should do like what they do in soccer, right? Just put these guys down to the next level. And then maybe they'll try a little harder, you know? Maybe they'll try a little harder. Yeah, I gave out that Auburn-Alabama pick already. It's already been given out. You gotta watch my videos. Anyways, I like Georgia Southern here. I think they lay the wood to Georgia State. I think it's going to look like some of those MAC games yesterday, like the Buffalo game. It's going to look like that. So for today's show, we took Georgia Southern. We took Tennessee on the money line. We took Arizona on the money line. We took a lean to Syracuse plus the points, and that line has dropped a half point since we went over it on the show. We took Purdue on the money line, a favorite on the money line. First time ever on this show that we've ever done that. Taking a favorite on the money line. 3-point favorite, I know, it's still, you know, minus 135 range, whatever. We took a favorite on the money line on this show. Those are our free picks. God, I'm gonna miss college football Saturday. You guys know it's my favorite sport. But we'll have those championship games, we'll have the bowls. Just not the same as it used to be, but you know, if they had a playoff, at least we could say, you know, we would say, well, it's good that it's not the same as it used to be, but the way that it is now is the worst, right, that it could possibly be, because you're going to see today teams screaming and kicking as to who gets into this playoff and and why. I believe that each conference has a championship. Those 5 get in. Then you have play-in games for the other 3 spots. If you go to an 18 playoff, you have play-in games for the other 3 spots. If not, and then this way, like the Central Floridas, the Boise's, the Utah States of the world, they all have a spot in those play-in games automatically. Or we do 16-team playoff. The 5 conference champions get in automatically. Then 3 automatic at large that get in. And then from there, the 8 play-in games, all coming out of the lesser bowls. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I love my college football. I'm going to miss it, but certainly I'll be here every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year doing these live shows. Have a great day, everyone.